This is superficial pectoral muscles. By reflecting it, now the deep pectoral muscle is visible. Reflecting the deep pectoral, the arm medial aspect is exposed. This is the brachial artery. It passes down vertically on the medial face of arm and gains the medial aspect of the forearm. This vein accompanying the brachial artery is the brachial vein, which drains the blood from the forelimb. This is biceps brachii muscle. It is a large muscle situated in front of the coracobrachialis and is the anterior-most muscle of the arm. It originates from the tuber scapulae and passes through the bicipital groove and is inserted to radial tuberosity and ulna. This is the musculocutaneous nerve of brachial plexus, and this is the anterior circumflex artery supplying it. This is the musculocutaneous nerve of brachial plexus passing between the two bellies of coracobrachialis and terminates in biceps brachii. This is the anterior circumflex artery arising from the anterior face of the brachial artery, supplies the coracobrachialis and biceps brachii. This is coracobrachialis muscle. It originates from the coracoid process of scapula and is inserted into the middle third of humerus. Between the two parts of the belly, the musculocutaneous nerve passes through. This is the anterior circumflex artery supplying it and biceps brachii. This large muscle is triceps brachii. It fills the triangular space between scapula above, humerus in front, and the olecranon process of ulna behind. It has three heads: long head, medial head, and lateral head. This is the long head of triceps brachii, which originates from the posterior border of scapula and is inserted to the olecranon process. This is the medial head of triceps and is the smallest of the three heads. This muscle is the tensor fascia antebrachii. It is situated in front of the long head of triceps. It originates from latissimus dorsi and is inserted to the tendon of long head. This is the deep brachial artery arising from the posterior face of the brachial artery. It supplies all the three heads of triceps brachii. This is the posterior circumflex artery arising from the brachial artery and supplies the deltoideus and teres minor. This is the radial nerve. It is the largest nerve of the brachial plexus. It supplies all the three heads of triceps brachii and passes between the heads of triceps brachii muscle. This is the ulnar nerve arising from the brachial plexus. It passes down on the medial aspect of the arm. At the level of elbow, it detaches this long cutaneous branch which passes down the olecranon to supply the skin on the volar aspect of the forearm. The ulnar nerve then passes between the two heads of flexor carpi ulnaris. This is the collateral ulnar artery arising from the posterior phase of brachial artery accompanying the ulnar nerve. It supplies the flexors of the forearm. This is the median nerve arising from the brachial plexus. About the middle of the arm, it detaches a musculocutaneous nerve which passes between coracobrachialis and biceps brachii. Now, the belly of the biceps brachii is at its middle and is reflected on either side to follow the course of musculocutaneous nerve. This is the muscular branch supplying the brachialis muscle, and this is the cutaneous branch which continues downwards as cutaneous nerve to supply the skin on the medial aspect of the forearm. Now, the tendon of long head of triceps brachii is cut and reflected upwards. This is the onconius muscle which occupies the brim of the olecranon fossa. This is the collateral radial artery arising from the brachial artery. It supplies all the extensors of the forearm.